There's an old saying that suggests life is not a bed of roses. Life is not a bed of roses. The inference here is that life is not easy. Life is not pleasant. Life is not beautiful. Oh, I can get some amens there. Life is not a bed of roses. But a deeper discussion about this saying would remind us that roses have thorns. And subsequently, roses can be very hard to handle. Hard to handle. The difference between life and a bed of roses is that, in my opinion, life is not always beautiful on the outside. Roses are. A bed of roses is always beautiful on the outside. Life is not always pleasant to look at. But life is full of thorns. And thorns, in this analogy, would be the difficulties of life and living. You know, thorns. Difficulties change people. What we go through changes us. All of us. The difficulties of life change us. They alter our personalities. What we go through alters our personalities. They impact our way of thinking. They redirect our goals and they disappoint us deeply. Sometimes you go through a change and it disappoints you. They hurt. Changes hurt our feelings. Changes, yes, can even change or ruin a dream. Have you ever had a dream and you went through something and it ruined the dream? Somebody watching me, you went through a divorce or you're going through a divorce and that divorce ruined your dream. Changes. Life and living can make a person either bitter or better. But no one, or should I say, no mature, rational person can go through life unfazed and undaunted by the things we experience over time. I don't care who you are. Normal people are fazed by what they go through. They may not show it, or some people show it differently, but we all go through life and no one, not even you, not even me, or the saintly of saints can say, I don't care. You know, right? They say that, but hopefully they care. I'm going to show you an example of how life changes people. Go to Genesis chapter 47, and then in verse number 10, and Jacob blessed Pharaoh and went out from before Pharaoh. Now, here's my point. Here we see an elderly Jacob, 130-year-old Jacob, being introduced to the most powerful man on the planet at that time, Pharaoh. Pharaoh was powerful. And the impression that I get of Jacob is that he is both stately and that Jacob is impressive. He's impressive enough that Pharaoh allowed him to bless him. Here's a 130-year-old man walking into Pharaoh, talking to him. And Pharaoh says, bless me. And Jacob blessed Pharaoh. Sunday school students know that the stately and impressive Jacob we see in Genesis chapter 47 is notably different from young Jacob we see in the earlier chapters of Genesis. Young Jacob was a trickster.
Thank you for listening to 5 Minutes in God's Word, a source of motivation with Bishop Harold E. Rayford of CCAF Columbus.